So, you have a movie for me?
I am a collector. What?
Gentlemen, this is...
I don't blame you one bit.
What is up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and I'm super pumped about this one. This is Dave Chappelle's new stand-up called The Closer. I very rarely get to react to anything Dave Chappelle related because I just love his work so much. I've seen everything 1,000 times over. He is my favorite comedian of all time. Everything he does is great. Chappelle Show is the best TV show of all time. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. In fact, I've got a video coming. It's taking a long time to work on, but I'm ranking every single sketch from Chappelle Show. There's like 100 of them. So that's coming soon. Subscribe to the channel, make sure you don't miss that. But let's jump into Dave Chappelle, The Closer. Oh, it's The Closer. Got it. Makes a lot more sense.
Because I've been walking around Texas, just touching doorknobs and shit, hands all moist. Tipping the cash. Here, take this to your family. I must have killed thousands of people.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what he has to say about COVID and all that.
I was being molested by a preacher. I don't feel bad for me. I liked it. I used to get a kick out of coming in that fella's face. Well, he asked me to do it.
Oh, God.
You wait, see how sick you're gonna get. And it turns out, and this is true, I didn't get sick at all. Not a cough, not a booger, not a fever, nothing. Look at me. I am the Magic Johnson of coronavirus.
Oh, no.
And the whole time I watched those videos, it's
Yeah,
fucked up, but I couldn't help but feel like when I saw these brothers beating these Asians up, it's probably what's happening inside of my body.
Oh, what?
Decide that they want to claim the earth for their very own. It's a pretty good plot line, huh? I call it Space Jews.
You can't call it Space Jews.
Space Jews. All right. It's gonna get worse than that. Hang in there. It's gonna get way worse than that. The book is about a big, strong, beautiful black man with a benign, regular-ass white name. And he has a white speaking voice. So whenever this motherfucker calls to get a reservation at a restaurant, oh, he gets the reservation. And in every installment of the book, the police come and they always shoot him. But remember, remember, this guy is a giant. These bullets don't kill him. They don't even hurt him. They just break his heart. It's called Clifford the Big Black Nigger. Anyone?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll take Space Jews over that one. You know, before he jumps into this, I really like the fact that when he signed with Netflix, he signed for a certain number, and it was a bit of a, you know, he obviously had a bit of a vision for what he wanted to do with all of this. So I like the fact that he's rounding off his Netflix era, more or less.
And I hope to negotiate the release of The Baby.
I don't get that joke. The Baby?
The Baby was the #1 streaming artist until about a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Took a nasty spill on stage and said some wild stuff about the LGBTQ community. Now, you know I go hard in the paint, but even I saw that shit and was like, God damn, The Baby. Ooh, he pushed the button, didn't he? He pushed the button.
What did he say?
You know, a lot of the LGBTQ community doesn't know the baby's history. He's a wild guy. He once shot a nigga and killed him in Walmart. Oh, this is true. Google it. The baby shot and killed a nigga in Walmart in North Carolina.
Jesus.
Nothing bad happened to his career. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Wow.
In our country,
facts
you
are the
can
facts.
shoot and kill a nigga, but you better not hurt a gay person's feelings. And this is precisely the disparity that I wish to discuss.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be good. I am so eager to hear what Chappelle has to say on this topic because it is a very awkward, uncomfortable topic for people to discuss because it can just easily, immediately spiral off into some uncontrollable situation. So, yeah, let's do it.
Look at Mike Pence.
Is he the vice president?
Who I'm guessing, but I bet you he's gay. And he's not Pride Parade gay either. He's sad gay. Feel bad for him. He looks like one of them gays that prays about it.
Jesus, please take these dirty feelings out of my heart. Please, Jesus, make these buttholes ugly to me. I don't want to keep on tasting these dicks.
Sad gay. Oh, no.
I'm not that fond of these newer gays. Too sensitive. Too brittle. Those aren't the gays I grew up with. I miss them old school gays. Them Stonewall. Them the ones that I respect.
I know exactly what he's talking about as well.
Them old school gangster gays. Them gory hole niggas. Them the ones I like. It's a hole in the wall the gay contractors built. You wanna know why they put that hole in the wall? I'll tell you, and there's no nice way to say it. Because when they wanna have some fun, they will put their penises in that hole and hope for the best. I respect that shit. There's a lot of courage on both sides of that hole. What if Martin Luther King had to integrate the glory hole?
I don't care if it's black lips back there or white lips back there. A mouth is a mouth. A warm, wet mouth.
I'm going all the way. And this bitch came over, no mask, all H words. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I had a woman get in an elevator. There was like a 6-person limit. She was the 6th person in, not wearing any mask, and she just goes, "Oh, I'm glad I can not wear a mask around these people, and you won't be upset about it." Like, everyone is just staring a hole in this bitch, though. Like, yeah, it was wild.
And they get a video of you embarrassing yourself. And clearly I said, this is what's happening. And these dumb motherfuckers thought that it was my first rodeo.
Give it to him, Dave.
Sadly, it worked. I ran right over there. I said, I pointed right in the camera. I said, "You's a bitch ass nigga for doing this to me." And when he did like this, I seen all his fingernails was painted, and I realized, like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
This fella's gay. How could I be scared? This motherfucker's shirt was tied up in a knot like this. Oh, f this guy. Let's go, nigga, let's go. I thought we were gonna come to blows. I was ready. And then, right when you think we would fight, guess what he did? He picked up his phone and he called the police. Gay people are minorities until they need to be white again.
It's a very good point.
Another time, about 6 years ago, there was a lesbian woman that tried to sell a story about me to TMZ. Thank goodness TMZ could see right through the sham of that story. Bitch, I didn't even know you was a woman. Thank God TMZ didn't believe that. Because I did beat the shit out of her, I'm not gonna lie. It was her fault, I had no choice.
Oh my God.
I came in, hey nigga, that's my girl. I said, yo, my man, back up, like that. She said, stop calling me a man, motherfucker. I'm a woman. I said, what? I said softly, sweetly, like a pimp might say. Bitch, I'm about to slap the shit out of you. She was in a perfect southpaw stance. Her shoulders were angled correctly. Her head movement was good. I said, oh no! This bitch boxes for real. She threw a wild hook at me and I saw it coming from yesterday, so I slipped it like this. I had no choice. I had to go to work. I let that jab go. You should have seen me go.
Oh,
I terrorized
Dave,
them titties like chicken cutlets. But it all depends on what you're into, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I like white bitches with dirty feet. I come like, bitch, get your feet in that dirt and get up there and give those people what they came to see. Chalk up, bitch.
Okay. You say so, Dave.
A couple years ago, I was in Ohio at a shopping mall. An old white lady, this is true, she was following me around the mall, which sounds paranoid, but I'm sure she was following me. I knew she was following me because she was at places that had nothing to do with her. I'd be looking around like, what is this old bitch doing in GameStop and Foot Locker and all the places I like to go? Every time I see her, she'd just be looking at me on me. Be honest with you, she probably wasn't even that old. She's probably around my age. But she was a white woman. This bitch looked terrible. I kept my cool. I was nice. I said, hello, miss. And she didn't say anything back. All she said was, I watch your comedy. It sounds to me like you hate women. And I said, shut up, bitch. Shut the up.
Yeah,
Before I
good.
kill you and put you in the trunk. Ain't nobody around here. I'm just kidding, I didn't say that.
You should have.
I said, keep it in the comment section, bitch, this is real life. Ta-ta.
Smart. I like that. Keep it in the comments section. This is real life. There's always such a variety of different people in every group that you can categorize, and just the statement, you hate women, is such a stupid thing. Like, what do you mean, every single woman? Like, it's not even a quantifiable comment that they're even saying. Like, I really hate when people just generalize stuff like that and expect some sort of, logical, sensible answer to it, because there is none.
You know what I mean? Like, what could I possibly be saying that would make these bitches think I hate women?
Is that all it is? He says bitch? Come on.
Webster's defines a feminist as a human being, not a woman, a human being that believes in equal rights for women. I was shocked that that's what that meant. Because by that definition, I would consider myself a feminist. And I didn't even know that at the time.
There's always the extremists that just take that
All
shit way
these
too
years,
far.
I
Give it a bad
thought it
name.
meant frumpy dyke.
They're the ones. They're the ones.
Well, that's who's always talking to be some chick in overalls. Men are trying to rape us. Ah, not you, bitch. We please.
Oh my God.
They were doing shit like going to the Golden Globes, and all of them would be like, let's all go to the Golden Globes and wear black dresses to give these men a piece of our minds. Bitch, that is not gonna work. You think Martin Luther King's gonna be like, I want everybody to keep riding the bus, but wear matching outfits? I said, man, y'all too, you canceled. I ain't jerking off to none of your pictures again. They were like, who is he to tell us anything? I'll tell you exactly who I am. I'm the one that got off the bus and left $50 million on the bus and walked.
Yeah, that's a very good point. When Chappelle walked away from his show, that was a huge thing. He walked away from so much money. And, you know, you got to think when some of these people get put in these compromising positions and they want it that much that they're willing to do these things that they, you know, really aren't okay to do, you have an option to walk away at any point and go a different route. Or you can, you know, do this thing that, yeah, it's, I don't know. I totally get what he's trying to say.
What I think the feminist movement needs to be very successful is a male leader.
I was waiting for that.
I'll do it. I will. I will lead you women to the promised land. And all that I ask for in return is that you suck my dick.
Jesus Christ.
And now we're right back to square one, aren't we?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Gay people get mad at me, lesbians get mad at me, but I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is true. These transgenders, these want me dead. I've gone too far, I've said too much. Searching for knuckles and Adam's apples to see where the threats might be coming from.
Jesus Christ.
A nigga came up to me on the street the other day. He said, "Careful, Dave, they after you." I said, "What?"
The Black Crusaders?
No American should have to present a birth certificate to take a shit at Walmart in Greensboro, North Carolina, where the baby shot and killed him up. Like, let's say they designed this law to protect me, my interests. Transphobic comedian Dave Chappelle. And then I gotta go to the restroom.
Which I would never do.
So I excuse myself from my family. I go to the men's room. Now I'm standing at the urinal taking a leak. And then she hikes her skirt up and pulls a real live meaty dick out. I would feel better if it was a man with a vagina.
God.
Backed up to the urinal next to me. I wouldn't even think about that. I'd just be like, that's funny. This guy is peeing out of his butt for some reason. Oh my God, he must be a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Heard of Juneteenth? I don't know what it is.
Juneteenth is a strange holiday, isn't it? It commemorates when black people in Texarkana area of the country first found out they were free. But remember, they were free when they found out. They just didn't know it yet. Very, very interesting holiday. You know, I learned something.
So they found out. So when they found out that they were free, it was already a case of like, oh, no, you're already free. Like, and then they celebrate the day that they found out. That's odd. That's really odd.
And he farmed this plot of land very successfully and made a lot of money. And this is where the story gets crazy.
Oh, no.
When he got all that money,
They took it?
this nigga bought some slaves. Have you ever heard this before? This is a true story.
Really?
Shockingly, they're making a movie about it.
Where's this going?
Ironically, it's called Space Jews.
We're not making Space Jews.
Space Jews.
Or Clifford.
This does not mean that I feel like another point of view can't exist.
Very well put.
I'm sitting at the bar, I'm having a drink by myself, and the only other person in the bar is a woman, a couple stools down, and she was alone, and she was older, and that made me feel sad because it was the holidays. So I told the bartender, send that woman a drink on me. She wasn't mean, she was nice, but she just wanted to talk about shit that, you know what I mean? Trying to get drunk, don't want to hear about this bitch remodeling her bathroom. And I'm sitting there trying to be polite. Oh, subway tiles, word. Then she goes on and on about how great her daughter is. I guess her daughter got a new agent, and she's out in Hollywood. She probably doesn't even know who I am or what I do for a living. Oh, now I don't want to see this woman's picture, but what am I gonna do? I go, okay, yeah, sure, I'd love to see the picture. And I grab the picture, and this is all I say. Oh, she's very beautiful. She's transgender. And I think to myself, oh, this bitch does know who I am.
Yep.
If I was honest, I wouldn't fall for it. I just looked at the picture like, ooh, look at that big chiseled jawline, that big thick Joe Rogan neck. Is that a dude? Is your daughter a man?
Oh, God.
Can't say that shit. Fast forward, now it's a couple days later. This is where the poor whites drink, the tiki torch whites.
There's a lady there shaking her head. I can see it.
You know all them noises white people make before lynching? They was doing all that shit.
Jesus Christ.
Guess who was in the bar? I thought I was seeing things. I looked across.
Please be R. Kelly.
The trans bitch from the picture.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it. And she was with two big, buff, gay black dudes. I didn't know these dudes, but I know they was gay. If they had a dick in their mouth, they wouldn't look any gayer than they did just sitting there. They had 1980s gay face. You know what that is? Remember in the 80s when gay people looked surprised all the time? All that. I'm so proud of you. Welcome home. And the whole bar said, hoorah. A couple more drinks and these fellas are gonna start asking her for some pussy she might not have.
It's a good point, though. You hear some real bad stories about that shit.
And she said, do you mind not punching down on my people? Ooh, I don't like that. You transphobic, this and that. Kept clapping her hands in my face. Let me tell you something. I said, where you learned this from? Black bitches kept doing, let me tell you something, honey.
Oh, God, I can picture it.
I know they've never seen me for themselves. They just repeat what they've heard.
Yeah.
Any of you who have ever watched me know that I have never had a problem with transgender people. If you listen to what I'm saying, clearly, my problem has always been with white people.
It's true. It's true.
I'm a girl now, and you must treat me as such. TERF is an acronym. Stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. This is a real thing. This is a group of women, but they look at trans women the way we blacks might look at blackface. It offends them. Like, ooh, this bitch is doing an impression of me. Now, I shouldn't speak on this because I am not a woman.
Oh, it's a great analogy.
Caitlyn Jenner was voted Woman of the Year. Beat every bitch in Detroit. She's better than all of you.
Yeah.
Never even had
That was
a period.
a bizarre decision.
And the winner for Nigger of the Year, Eminem, my man.
It's true. It's so true.
That trans women aren't women. I am just saying that those pussies that they got, you know what I mean?
I'd love to know if there was another joke there, or if that was always it. You don't have to say anything else, though. There's an old lady with, like, pink hair in that crowd who does not look impressed at all.
Woman was trans when I met her. Lived in San Francisco. Daphne Dworman is her name. And one night after one of the shows, I met her. And what it was, turns out, it was her dream to be a comedian. And I was her hero. It's very moving. I could not disliked somebody that felt that way about me. We became fast friends. And I called her myself. I said, hey, Daphne, this is Dave Chappelle. She couldn't believe it. And I go, I'm in San Francisco. And then she started saying a bunch of wild stuff. I was like, relax now. I don't want any pussy. I was, and I was wondering if you'd open the show. And she was like, fuck yeah. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but this woman had only done stand-up comedy 8 times in her life. This is little to no experience. She's an amateur in stature, but in practice, she was very professional. She was dressed to the motherfucking nines. I mean, I'm transphobic, and even I was like, you look nice.
You look nice.
This bitch bombed for 45 minutes straight. And I am not exaggerating, young man. That show was terrible. Stunk.
It's all right. It
Stunk.
happens.
Any other comedian I've ever seen, if they had bombed as bad as she did, would have snuck out of the back of the theater and went home and cried or something. And she didn't do that. She sat up there and was laughing as hard as she always laughs, as if nothing bad had even happened to her. And I saw her show. Something bad happened to her. So she starts talking to me while I'm on stage, but the way a person would talk to a television when they were alone. And a guy in the back of the room stood up, and Daphne's hair was dyed blonde at the time, and the guy screamed out, and his energy felt wild as fuck. He said, hey, Daphne! And everybody kind of clamped, like, got tense. We didn't know if it was a heckler or active shooter. And does the carpet match the drapes? Everybody groaned, except for Daphne. She kind of laughed, which was weird. And she didn't even look all the way back. She said, sir, I don't have carpets. I have hardwood floors. Just like that. Just like that. And boy, when she said that shit, it blew the roof off the place.
Oh my God. That reminds me of when I was in high school. There was this girl that was, she got kind of picked on a lot. She was like, you know, very, very, they didn't have much money and stuff, but she was also a complete smartass, pathological liar. Like, there was a lot of problems going on there. And we were copying stuff off the board. This is back in the day of pens and paper. And one of the dudes who was not a bully, but he was kind of like a smartass, he says to her, he's like, hey, move your head. I can't see the board, move your head. And this chick just like started doing this, like move your head. The entire class just cracked up laughing. It was one of those weird cases where like the person who's usually picked on just absolutely embarrassed one of the the primary perpetrators of that picking on.
She didn't say anything about me being in trouble. She said, just believe I'm a person and I'm going through it. You know, I believe you because it takes one to know one.
That's true. Everyone's on their own journey. Everyone has their own story, their own path that they've walked.
Then I told the crowd good night, and they start going crazy. And before the applause gets to its crescendo, I say, and don't forget my opening act, Daphne. And the crowd stood up. And I looked at her, and tears came out of her eyes. She couldn't believe it was happening. I couldn't believe it was happening because her show stunk.
Not letting go of that. Not letting go at all.
I pulled her aside and I said, you're hilarious. I didn't know that when you were on stage. When Sticks and Stones came out, a lot of people in the trans community were furious with me, and apparently they dragged me on Twitter. She wrote a tweet that was very beautiful, and what she said was, it was almost exactly what she said. She said, punching down on someone requires you to think less of them. And I know him, and he doesn't. He doesn't punch up, he doesn't punch down, he punches lines, and he's a master at his craft. That's what she said.
It's true. Easy to say. Easy to believe.
And when she did that, the trans community dragged that bitch all over Twitter.
Yep.
For days, they was going in on her, and she was holding her own because she's funny. But 6 days after that wonderful night I described to you, my friend Daphne killed herself. Oh, yeah. It's a true story. My heart was broken. Yeah, it wasn't the jokes. I don't know if it was them dragging her. I don't know what's going on in her life, but I bet dragging her didn't help.
That's sad.
And what I did is I got in touch with her family, and I started a trust fund for her daughter. But I'll tell that little girl, young lady, I knew your father.
God damn it, Dave.
And he was a wonderful woman.
It's a good way to put it.
LBGTQ, LMNOP, it is over. I am not telling another joke about you until we are both sure that we are laughing together. All I ask from your community, with all humility, will you please stop punching down on my people? Thank you very much, and good night.
Punching down on comedians. It's a great, great way to end that. Oh man, that was a pretty deep and intense special, especially that end part there. And I like when Dave takes these opportunities to try and say something that's enlightening or something that will help people see things from another angle. And you know, the whole transgender thing, that's a doozy. That's a hard one for all sides of that conversation to navigate. And you gotta be empathetic with people and let them, you know, make mistakes and learn and, you know, become who they are. Like, I really liked that story and how Dave told it over the decades and, you know, how he got to where he was. But other than that, I mean, this whole thing was hilarious, you know, maybe not quite start to finish. The end was quite heartwarming, but man, Chappelle is the master. I'm definitely excited to bring my Chappelle show, all sketches ranked video to you guys. I can't wait for you to see that. And yeah, number one may not be what you think, but let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.